Oh, hi. How long have you been there, buddy? You were so quiet, I didn't even notice you. Sorry about that. Anyway, welcome to The View from the Bleachers, and I'm Tim Jones. You know, for years, Saturday mornings have been my favorite time of the week. This morning was no exception. That's because this is the perfect time for me to have some alone time and just right. Everyone is out of the house. No interruptions from daughters wanting me to be their personal taxi service or demands to, please tell my sister to stay out of my room. Just a few precious hours of rare alone time, perfect to get in the mood to write my View from the Bleachers humor column. No distractions. This week's column was actually going to be an insightful commentary about the challenges of attention deficit disorder, which afflicts many people as they approach middle age. Not that I have any issues around this, mind you. What was my point? I forgot. Anyway, as I got ready to write, I looked down and that's when I noticed it. A large red stain on the carpet by my desk. How long has that been there? So I went downstairs to get the stain remover, and then when I got to the laundry room, well, I noticed a load of clean clothes in the dryer, so I decided I might as well fold them. But before I could get started, I caught a whiff of cat spit up on the floor, so I went to the kitchen to get a paper towel to clean up the cat spit up. Well, that's when I discovered that someone had made an omelet and had decided to leave all the evidence strewn all around the kitchen. I'm not naming any names, but I think it might have been my wife, Michelle. Well, as I started to clean up the stovetop, I spied a plate in the family room with a half-eaten pizza, a beer bottle, a bag of tortilla chips, and a Snickers candy bar wrapper, which, according to my younger daughter, apparently covers the key elements on the food pyramid. So I went to retrieve these items when I saw that the TV was still on. Well, that's no good. That's no way to be energy efficient. So I went to turn off the TV, only to discover that the remote was nowhere to be found. So I wandered around the house, exploring every nook and cranny, looking in vain for the remote control. And that's when I noticed that the sink in the master bathroom was clogged. Well, I better get some Drano. I was just about to pour it down the drain when I remembered that Drano is toxic, so I better close the bathroom door to keep our cats out. And that's when I noticed that the doorstop had fallen off the bathroom door. So I went down to the garage to get the toolbox. But, well, when I got there, I saw that the garage overhead light had burned out. Well, that just won't do. I'm going to have to replace that bulb. So I went back into the laundry room where we keep the spare light bulbs, and then I noticed a plaid sock in the crevice between the dryer and the washer. Well, in order to retrieve the sock, I had to push aside the dryer, which is when I discovered how filthy it was behind these appliances. Oh my God. I had wondered if we had cleaned the space ever in the 12 years that we lived in this house. So I disconnected the washer and the dryer and I pushed them out into the room so that I could have access to the space behind them. Oh my God, what a disaster area. There were more socks, a red thong, I don't even want to know who that belonged to, a flip-flop, 4 pens, a library card, a stapler, something that looked like it was once a Milky Way bar, and my daughter's 3rd grade drawing of Santa Claus on the roof terrorizing a snowman. Don't ask. So anyway, I went to the kitchen to get a broom and a dustpan, and once I was there, I noticed there was standing water on the kitchen windowsill. Well, time to seal the kitchen windows, I guess. Sounds like a trip to Home Depot. So I went to get my car keys, but they were not in the usual spot. I looked high and low with no success. I even looked in the master bathroom. I know, why would my keys be there? Well, that's when I noticed that my little pill box for my daily vitamins and supplements, it needed to be refilled. So I opened the medicine cabinet to retrieve the refills of my vitamins and about 17 other herbal supplements, apparently mandatory for someone of my age to maintain the health of my joints, prostate function, bone density, hair growth, memory, and about a dozen other failing bodily functions that, well, until a few years ago seemed to be doing just fine. And that's when I noticed, oh brother, we're out of toilet paper. So I went to the garage to get some extra toilet paper rolls, and I saw that the garage overhead light was still out. Oh, right, yeah, I'll get back to that. So I grabbed 10 rolls of toilet paper for the master bathroom. Well, then, as I'm trouncing up the stairs, I tripped over a pair of cowboy boots. 10 toilet paper rolls were flying in 11 different directions. Annoyed, I grabbed the cowboy boots and flung them back into the front closet where they belonged. Which is when I noticed that when I closed the door to the front hall closet, the door handle was loose. Gotta get a screwdriver to tighten it. So I went to the kitchen, opened the drawer in the kitchen where we normally keep the screwdriver. It's normally right there next to the pens and Post-it notes and paper clips and scissors and calculators and locks that we no longer have combinations to, and spare keys from cars that we sold before our kids were ever born. But no screwdriver. The drawer was a complete mess. Time for someone to organize it. Oh well, I might as well do it now before I forget. So I dumped the contents all over the kitchen counter and onto the floor. One pen rolled all the way to the cabinet door under the sink where we keep the kitchen wastebasket. And that's when I noticed a greenish, toxic ooze dripping from the cabinet where the wastebasket is stored. So I slowly opened the cabinet door to discover that nobody had bothered to empty the overflowing kitchen wastebasket, which had even more greenish, toxic ooze dripping from it. I started to take the overstuffed, greenish, toxic, ooze-dripping trash bag to the outdoors trash bin when I finally said to myself, I've had enough. I was done. I'm not getting anything done on my agenda. Is it my job to clean up after everybody else's messes? Is it my job to do the laundry? Put away other people's dirty dishes, change every burned out light bulb, unclog all the drains, clean up after everybody else's encrusted omelets, empty the toxic trash, and remove alien life forms from behind the washing machine? After all, at last count, there were 4 people living in this house. So then I just stopped. Enough already. Defiantly, I willfully plodded back upstairs to my office to return to my column. I sat down at my desk, raised my fingers to the keyboard, and that's when I noticed it. A large red stain on the carpet. Oh, crap. Well, that's the view from the bleachers. I'm Tim Jones. Now, where was I? Oh, right. That red stain. That just won't do.